Welcome to the friendliest campus in the South.
Shotgun, Blanchard, one back set, rolls right, pressure coming, throws, Middleton got it, he scores!
To the gym of the hills.
He lifts it to left, that one's pretty well hit, Hall on the run, that ball is gone!
Home of the Jacksonville State Gamecocks.
Over the day, over the Hall, he fires up at the buzzer, and drains the three! Good defense by Cunningham. Gregory releases the ring. Pulls up. He checks.
This is your podcast for JSU Sports.
High fly ball, center field, it is back, it's out of here!
With your hosts, Brandon Owens and Cody Hooks. This is Cocky Nation.
What is going on, everyone? This is another episode of Cocky Nation with your two favorite podcasters from JSU. I don't know, other than, our head football coach and his podcast. But, we're talking about fans. We're talking about fans, not coaches. But we got a couple things that we want to talk to you guys about. Some new updates with some new schedules, some actual updates that aren't actually on our scheduled to talk about tonight, Brandon, but some new updates for the school that just come out. Is that your TV that's playing right now?
Yes. Sorry, guys. If you heard that was Supernatural playing in the background. One of my favorite TV shows. I forgot to turn it off.
Brandon. See, this is why we can't have nice things, y'all. But we do have several things that we want to talk about tonight. We are going to start off with the ending results of our basketball season, and then we will get into our softball season, the new updates with the WKU Classic, and then we'll also talk about our 3 games with Southern Illinois, the Salukis. And then we will also talk about a couple new updates that, again, like I said, Brandon, I don't know if you've heard these updates. We'll talk.
I don't think
later.
I have, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's fine. So, anyways, let's dive into basketball season. So, if you didn't catch the game on Saturday, JSU was able to kind of end things, at least on a positive note.
We won both of our games last week.
We did. We were currently watching the first, second to last game together when we were recording. We actually went over 100 points on that game, which was great. But the last game was against Tuna, the North Alabama, and we ended up winning that game 92-83. I don't really want to get much into it other than good job in that last game. Let's not talk about the rest of the season because it was just rough. I hate it. I hate the fact that it was not going well, but hey, there's always next year. That's
on the Conference USA.
On the Conference USA. Not for the ladies, though. The ladies, their next game will be on Wednesday against Stetson at 12 p.m. They are moving their way through the conference, not Conference USA, Yes, the conference tournaments, the ASUN conference tournament. So, ladies, good luck. We are counting on you to redeem us in basketball because, it is whatever.
It'd be awesome to get another NIT bid.
It would. It would definitely be great to have another NIT bid.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be nice to get it again.
You never know. But so anyways, sticking to our ladies, let's go ahead and let's talk about the Western Kentucky Classic that we just went through this past weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. I was mildly surprised.
I was not expecting those results.
Neither was I. So if you were living under a rock, which again, as we've talked about, it is kind of hard to keep track on some of these games. So you really do have to be paying attention. So the first game that we played in was against Central Michigan. We won 7-5, which was very, very nice. And then we ended up playing that afternoon against Illinois State and won that game 6-3. Saturday, we ended up playing Illinois State again, lost 0-10 in the 5th inning, which I don't know. Maybe they were just taking that time to just kind of relax. I don't know.
It was also at like 10
10,
a.m.
yeah, it was at 10 a.m. So they're probably tired. It is what it is. But that afternoon, we ended up playing Western Kentucky, won 4-3, kept it close, and then ended up rounding it all out at the end with Central Michigan again, winning 4-2. So ultimately, I was mildly surprised, but in a
Mhm.
positive way.
Mhm.
I think that this was really, really good. I think it produced really good results as far as that is concerned. Now, we did keep a lot of these games close, but if you know anything about softball, like in my opinion, softball is one of two things. It's either going to be really, really close and by one run, or it's going to be a blowout.
Either way. Blowout either way.
Yeah.
Well, so I didn't you weren't able to watch any of these games. There was a way to watch it, but Western Kentucky did a horrible job of making that available. But I was able to keep up with it live through stats and stuff like that. And in the Western Kentucky game, JSU was down 3-0 or 3-1
Mm-hmm.
and like took the lead like late in I want to say it was like the 6th inning, might have been the 7th inning. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Western Kentucky got a run in the first inning. They got a run in the second inning, or sorry, the fourth inning. JSU got their first run in the fifth inning. Western Kentucky, it did come down to the seventh inning where Jacksonville State was able to get um, 3 runs in and in the seventh inning, which was really, really nice to for that to actually happen. And honestly, kudos to you ladies. I mean, that's all I really can say. I mean, um, you know, ultimately we played the game that we needed to play, and the results showed. So I mean,
Mhm.
it is definitely great to have won that game. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened in the we only had one hit in the second Eastern Illinois game.
mm-hmm.
Or not Eastern Illinois, Illinois State game.
Yeah.
And that was not good. That was not a good game. We shall not speak of that game.
Oh yeah. But
Um
again, results wise, I mean, I have no complaints.
Yeah, no, I'm very surprised. I am actually very happy that we get to see or we're able to watch our tournament for this weekend.
Yeah.
So I will be doing that. And
Yes.
I have some background as far as like similarities to the last time we went to this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed all of these this morning while at work. So let's just talk about it and then I'll give my thoughts.
Well, so you're talking about this
Yeah.
next set. Okay, so again, good job over the weekend. But this weekend we are traveling again. We are going to Tennessee, where we are participating in the Tennessee Classic. 3 teams will be there other than us. That is Belmont, Appalachian State, or Appalachian State, however you depend on
Appalachian.
it. Tomato, tomato. And then obviously Tennessee will be in this classic. So on Friday at 11:30, we will be playing Belmont first, and then that afternoon we'll be playing Tennessee, and then on Saturday we will play Appalachian State. And then on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be bracket play with Tennessee. So it should be interesting. I want to go off and go off of off a limb here and say I think we got a good chance.
We got a good chance, but the only team that is standing in our way is Tennessee. They are currently 11-1 right now.
Yes, which the good news is like they are 11-1, and what's nice is if you want to watch that game on Friday, you can. You can watch it on the SEC network. It will be streaming there. But again, even if they're 11-1, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, you can be 11-1.
No, but I mean, they are an SEC team,
They are an SEC team,
and
and
SEC is one of, if not the hardest softball conference.
oh, for sure. But you just got to be able to. We just got to play smart. I think we need to go into Belmont. Definitely going into Belmont and just get the job done. And then Tennessee, that's where we really need to start laying it out. So I mean, really good. We got to play on the defense side. Get our runs in, get the bats in. So I don't know. I think we have a good chance. I'm just gonna leave it at that and see what happens.
Yeah, so the last time we went to this classic or this tournament, our record is exactly what it was right now, 10-4. Later in that season, we went to the Knoxville Regional and ended up going to Tuscaloosa. We beat Tennessee. We won the Knoxville Regional and went to Tuscaloosa for the Tuscaloosa Super Regional.
Right.
So maybe there's something special about this season, but take it one weekend at a time. That's how I view that. Take it one weekend at a time, and even then, take it one game at a time.
I mean, for sure, because I mean, ultimately, we're 10-4. We're overall, and a lot of these games that we've lost, the 4 games that we've lost, with Buffalo, it was really close. The Cougars in the Golden Eagle Classic or Golden Eagle Invite, that was
And then Southern Miss.
So it's, and then obviously Illinois State was this past weekend. So I mean, I would say don't count us out. I think if we do win, it'll be very close. I think we'll win. Like if we don't win Friday, we may be able to beat them later on in the week. But hey, tomato.
Yeah, I'm hoping. And here's the thing. I don't know if bracket play is double elimination or single elimination. I have looked up and down all over the internets to figure out if it is single or double. Because if it's double, then I think JSU has a very strong shot at playing all day on Sunday. If it's single, again, with the way I think things are going to play out in pool play, I think JSU stands a good chance at playing Tennessee in the championship game.
Well, definitely we'll be keeping an eye out. Ladies, I'll definitely be keeping an eye out this weekend and hope for the best. And we wish you the best this weekend. Definitely go up and beat Tennessee, especially Belmont, but especially Tennessee. I hear Caleb McDonald rolling in his grave right now. But hey, I'm sorry. You had football. Just take it and go. But as we continue on, let's look at our baseball schedule. So this past weekend, we did host Southern Illinois at home at Rudy Abbott Field for 3 games. We played on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which we ended up, as a result, winning 2 out of the 3. We did end up losing that first one 7-8. So we did keep it close, and we'll talk about that. We should have
won that game.
We should have won that game. I mean, if you look at the stats, it really did come down to the wire at the very end. Just JSU just could not deliver at the very end. And we got that, they got that last out, and that's just ultimately how it ended up, rolling for us. And so it is what it is.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like JSU was on a rally in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, so Jack State's last at bat started with an SIU miscue on the infield, followed by a pinch hit from Will Fincher in his first collegiate plate appearance. After a pair of strikeouts, junior Mason Manners tallied his second hit of the day with a single to load the bases for senior TJ Reeves. Reeves drilled a bases-clearing double to bring the Gamecocks within a run, but SIU's Matthew Steidel would need 5 pitches to thwart JSU's come-from-behind bid. and ultimately we got a strikeout, and that's what led us to lose that game. But we did come back with a vengeance. Ultimately, in the next 2 games, we ended up winning, I would say, fairly decently in the next 2 games. We won 13-8 on Saturday, and then we won 5-1 on Sunday, which, we were kind of close. Brandon and I, we did say that we thought we were going to lose at least 1 game. We were just not right about which game that was, because we thought it was going to be the last game, but hey, it happens. Same thing happened with Georgia. We beat Georgia in the first game, and then we lost the next 2. So, it is what it is. But
yeah, I'm not complaining. Like we won the series, but over them. So I mean,
and so I think this is a really good setup for us, especially the fact that we are now 3-4 overall. We're not too bad. I mean, granted, the teams that we have been playing have been pretty solid, but all of this is really racking up to where we are going to be on Wednesday, which is going to be
no,
at
they
Alabama.
changed it.
What?
They moved it to Tuesday.
Did they really?
Yes, they moved it to tomorrow.
How dare they? Because it still says on the website that it's going to be on the 1st. It's probably because of bad weather.
They posted an article with the correction.
I see it now. 3 p.m. tomorrow. We are going to Tuscaloosa, which is funny. That's going to be my neck of the woods, but I'm not actually going to be there. But I don't know. I think JSU's got to. I don't know. I think this is either going to be, again, in baseball and in softball, I feel like it's the same thing. You're either going to be really, really close.
I disagree with that statement. I disagree with that statement when it comes to college baseball.
What, you don't think it's going to be close?
No, Bama will wipe the field with us.
So, what do I get if JSU wins this?
Silence.
You got to shave the mustache.
Absolutely not. That's not happening. That's not happening.
I think
that's not happening.
If we were live, I think most people would probably say the same thing, Brandon.
That's not. Even if we were live, I would say that's not happening.
Well, you can watch the game tomorrow night on the SEC Network. Plus, I think that's where I'm probably going to be catching some of the highlights. I'm gonna say we're the underdogs. You never know. It's go big or go home. So
it'll be a pretty bad score.
It's fine. Just you gotta think positive. Okay, you gotta think positive. But regardless, after that, we do continue on our journey. After playing Alabama, we will continue with a game against Bradley. We actually have a series against Bradley. We'll be hosting that again this weekend at Rudy Abbott Field.
This starts the 3-week home stretch of all home games.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think this should be easy. I think we should sweep the series.
We should,
but hey, you never know. You could be wrong, and maybe we get too tired out for the results of that game. But I think it should be a sweep. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a sweep because we beat the favorites for the Missouri Valley,
right,
which is Southern Illinois. Like, we won that series. We lost the first game and won the next 2. We won that series.
Right.
We should be able to handle Bradley, especially at home, with no issues.
Yes. Now, if you would like to watch those games, if you're going to be in Jacksonville this weekend, you can catch those games at 6 p.m. on Friday, 6 p.m. on Saturday, and 1 p.m. on Sunday. Again, I think this is a really good opportunity for JSU fans to come out and support, especially if if our predictions are correct and it's going to be a sweep. Definitely catch the Friday or Saturday game. I get it. Sunday's not always the best day to go watch baseball. But hey, you got to do what you got to do.
The game starts when all the church people are going to lunch.
I know.
They ain't going to be at that game.
I know. It's fine. But I'm excited. I think it should be a good series. Now, for the couple of updates that we wanted to share with you guys.
Yes, please do tell.
Okay, well, the first one Brandon knows about. So, there is another sport that we have decided to start talking about as it gets started this next weekend, and that is beach volleyball. If you didn't know, JSU does have a beach volleyball team where they do compete on a collegiate level, and so I think if
It
you're
is
not
so fun to watch.
it is. I
So fun to
absolutely love
watch.
watching beach volleyball. I think it's a lot of fun. And I wish I could play volleyball, but I suck at it. So, I think that's the same reason why I like watching gymnastics because it's a sport that I know that I can't do. So, like, it mesmerizes me, especially like men's gymnastics. Like, I watch some of the things that they do, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like I can't do that. But that is the first update. So be on the lookout for more information as we record. Now, the update that Brandon apparently doesn't know. So this was just posted on JSU's, like the Jacksonville State University's main page. We have some new updates in regards to changes on campus. Now, I'm no longer. Hold on. Now, I'm no longer a student. Brandon's finishing his master's. But if you've been living under a rock, JSU has been in the process of expanding and growing the university. One of those things that they've also been looking and growing is our football stadium. And so, if you heard there, the plan is to turn it into almost a full bowl. But where the athletic building, the field house is currently located, that will actually turn into a oh Jesus.
I think I just found the post.
A football's operations center is what it'll be
Yes.
technically titled. So they did release, if you want to go look it up online, they did release pictures. So we are going to get they are going to start during spring break, around spring break. They will start 3 new construction projects that are approved projects that are approved by the JSU Board of Trustees. And so we will start the North Village Residence Hall to be built behind Sparkman Hall. So if you are a JSU alumni or you're currently at Jacksonville State, it is going to be where the parking lots are between
Patterson and Sparkman.
Yeah, Patterson and Sparkman and
it's going to be directly behind Crow.
Yeah, it's going to be behind. No, not behind Crow. It's going to be in front of Crow. If you look at the pictures,
That's right.
It'll show you. Yeah.
That's right, because the entrance is actually to the parking lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, there is some positive.
I was in Dixon behind it, so like
I was in Crow.
Yeah.
And I was in Patterson eventually. Or not Pinnell. I was in Pinnell. But there is some positives that I think that is good for this because, again, JSU is trying to grow. We are trying to get more people other than the Northeast Alabama and Georgia. No offense, it is what it is. But I think this is going to be a great benefit. The issue that I already hear people complaining about is what are they going to do about parking? Because JSU currently does allow freshmen to have their cars on campus. So either they're going to have to say, freshmen, you can't have your cars on campus, or they're going to have to come
build a parking garage,
which has been the rumor to do, which some people are okay with, but some people
are
not.
They need to build the parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that area behind the student section, but that's probably going to be the best area to do that.
Probably. Now, that is one of the construction projects. So the other one that they're going to be building this has already been in talks. They've been talking about this since Brandon and I have been at JSU, and that is the new dining facility. We did create a new contract with Sodexo that allows the new dining facility to be built behind Curtis Hall. And then obviously, like I said, they are starting the new football operations center, which is where the current field house is located
which, if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a separate dining hall in that facility for the athletes.
Potentially. So, but You can look at these upcoming projects. If you go to JSU's website, they do have a link that you can look more into it and some of the pictures that they're releasing. Again, I'm excited for this. I think this is great. The only issue that I keep seeing, and I've had several conversations with,
Parking.
well, that's one. And number two is here's JSU and here's Jacksonville. And throwback to 2018.
Yeah.
Tornado ripped through JSU. People needed homes. JSU and the SGA and the school board tried to work with the city of Jacksonville to get the expansion of the entertainment area or the residential area to be spread out so that people that were not
they
related
wanted-
to each other could
they-
move in.
They tried to expand it to where Struts is right now,
Mhm.
all the way to the square. And because if you remember, not long after the tornado, they made Struts After Dark,
Mhm.
which that's no longer in existence. I don't know what happened to it, but anyways. And then they're
Underage
thinking
drinking problem.
it wouldn't surprise me. But the square, they're also constantly developing and bringing in new stores on the square, which there's a couple of lofts over there that I'm surprised they haven't offered to students.
Yeah. I mean, it's still up in the air, but long story short, we tried to get that happening, and the city of Jacksonville was like, I don't want a bunch of college kids living next door to me. And I'm like, why? People needed homes.
Then move out of Jacksonville.
Literally. That is my only issue, is that I'm all for Jacksonville State being able to grow and prosper as a university. But we are only going to be able to grow and prosper so much because we don't have a lot of leeway. We could expand towards Piedmont if you're going in that direction, but we have to buy all that land.
We own land out there, so
We do. But
because there is talks of the brand new football stadium going out there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would say probably not a brand new stadium out there, because if you're already redoing the buildings around the football stadium currently, it just makes no sense. So
Well, they're no longer doing. Well, I mean, they're no longer doing the dorms that wrap around the stadium anymore.
that's fine. Fill it up with seating. So
Yeah, that's my other question. You did all of this work to take out all the bleachers, to redo the old home side.
Mm-hmm.
Are they gonna demolish that and redo it?
No clue.
That's my next question, because you can easily increase seating if you match it to what the away side is,
Mm-hmm.
or the home side.
Well, I'm curious to see. Definitely, we'll be keeping up with that information as we continue on. But yes, that is the last thing that I just wanted to talk about, because I found it interesting. They just posted it about a little over an hour ago, and I didn't know if Brandon had caught it yet, so I wanted to talk about it.
Well, I had seen the plans for the dorm room and the football operations facility.
Mm-hmm.
They had released all of that. Was it in the fall, or was it last spring?
It was in the fall.
Okay. So they already released those. I already knew about that. What I didn't know is the dining hall that's going behind Curtis. Where behind, that little parking lot?
So they're just going to
in front of Leon Cole?
No, so they're basically gonna expand where the dining hall is now and make it bigger.
Thank God.
So, because again, they have to accommodate for the size of JSU now, and a lot of people like to have food on campus. So, I think it's a good idea. But Brandon, do you have any other last remarks that you want to share today?
I don't. Pray for me. I am in the midst of applying for jobs, and they are about to pick up with postings. I have one that I'm waiting to get posted that's in my area, And then I know of another one that's about to be, that's in the process of being created.
Alrighty.
So I'm waiting on both of those potentially, definitely one of them, and then whatever else becomes open.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a lot of traveling also coming up soon. I'm going to a job fair in Atlanta about a month from now.
Okay.
So yeah, lots of traveling for my job, for my future job. So yeah, just pray for me. It's a lot right now.
That is what adulting looks like, y'all. But we want to thank each and every one of you for listening. And of course, if you're not following us on all of our social media platforms, go ahead and find us at Cocky_Nation, or on Facebook, it's Cocky Nation JSU Podcast. And of course, go look up on Twitter. You can find Fans Nation Network. That is where we are for all of our other podcasts, or our friends and family that are part of the FCS Fans Nation. You can also still find us on Facebook as the FCS Fans Nation. But again, go look at them, go listen to them. They're getting me new updates on their schedules, new updates on their sports. So just to expand on the knowledge of the FCS, and then obviously as some of us are transitioning to the FBS. So we thank you for listening. We love y'all. Go Gamecocks. And of course, always fear the beak.